To get started in Hive Home, the first step we want to take is to add our home. So let's see how simple that is. We'll go to the top left menu, we'll select Homes, we'll hit the Add button up in the top right corner, and then if you notice we can put in a name for our home, so we'll call this the family home. Not very creative. A lot of times people will just put their address as their home or the city. So for example, the Oak Brook home or the Chicago home. What type of home is it? Single family home. And we can put our address. Now you can put as little as or as much information as you want. It's a good hub for all the information related to your home. And then if you share it, it's a good way to centralize the information. So we'll put 1234 Main Street. And that of course is in Chicago, Chi-Town, Illinois. Our zip code. Up. The year that our home was built. And we'll leave it at that. We can add some notes if there's anything specific. Now let's add a photograph to make it more personalized. So we'll pick a photograph. You can take a picture if you want, but otherwise I'm going to take a picture and just take it from my photo library. I'm going to go ahead and select my photo, and I can go ahead and save that. Note that I can put as many photographs as I want. The application will allow me to browse through those. So for example, if I go into my app, I can swipe right or left. I'll add another photograph, and then we can see where we can swipe right or left if we want to go through our pictures. But now that we've added the home and I've gone back in, if you notice up in the top, we've got sections. We've got our rooms, documents, which is where we're going to use it in a further video, where we can add documents related to our home. So you can add copies of your title, anything that's important that you want to keep online. And also our maintenance tasks, which we call upkeeps, which essentially is like if you want to record things like you gutter cleaning or things like that you don't do regularly enough, but you want to track them to make sure you do them every year. We'll want to put those there. All right, let's go. Another important piece is going to be our rooms. So let's add a room to complete our home setup. We'll go ahead and hit the button up in the top right-hand corner to add. I want to select the room type. This is important. So let's say the living room, and then you can name it whatever you want. So if I'm in this particular case, I want to call it the family room, is what we call it. And if I want, I can add a picture. Let's just go ahead and save it. If you don't add a picture of your own, the application will use a generic picture for that room. So you don't have to add pictures. But the one nice thing is if you have pictures of your home, um, you can browse through them when you scan through the home. So before I do, let me go back and add another room. And I'm going to let's add a kitchen. And I'm just going to call it kitchen. Okay, so now I can add bedrooms. Here's the key to the rooms. Add any rooms where you're going to add any assets. So for example, kitchen is a big one because a lot of our appliances are in our kitchen, so we're going to want to add a kitchen. For other rooms, bedrooms, utility rooms, you don't need to add those unless you want to store items there. So for example, if I have supplies that I keep, a good one is, let's say, bulbs. I want to know where those bulbs are. I'll want to add a utility room because that's where I store my bulbs, and then I can put my inventory of bulbs there. So, and you can add a room at any time, so you don't have to add them all at the beginning. Once you realize you need a room, you can just add it afterwards.